Good evening. This is the Morning Garden Show, and I'm starting out the day with a bright show, and I'm just excited. Uh, just sitting here thinking about the day was an interesting start to the day, and I got everything accomplished that I want to do today. I looked at my yard. I went out there today for first time and really got a really good look at my yard. It's oh, hello, how you doing there? Move North Homestead. I am excited because I got a chance to look at my yard today. It was, let me explain it to you. Uh, because I chop and drop, I'm excited when I see all of this material laying on the surface. And it's been there all winter long. It's grass, it's weeds, and all this has been knocked down naturally by nature. I didn't go out there and cut anything down this time because, as I was saying earlier, my knee was kind of injured this year, so I didn't get out there. Uh, you know, and that's a story in and of itself. But I got to tell you, Mother Nature looked out for me this time because she knocked down all. She took weeds that were 3.5, 4 feet tall, knocked them all down. They laid on the surface. The biology was eating some of it, and still is. And the biology speeds up when the weather gets warmer. It gets warmer, and then they start speeding up and they eat everything, and it just builds the soil naturally. That's why I feed my soil. I'm happy because when I feed my soil all winter long, I know I'm in for some excitement because the soil has gotten all its food stored away in it and it's ready to start growing me some food. I grew a lot of stuff in the house this year. Everything from peas to watermelons to squash to uh, got peppers, different types of peppers, and I'm excited about that. So only thing I regret is that I took the seeds of the peppers and I kind of mixed them up, didn't label anything. So that's going to be exciting to see what comes up. And so that being said, I did a great thing today. I went down and checked everything, and I did my little brushing across the top of the plants to kind of make them a lot firmer, stronger stems. And I said to myself, I'm happy about that because I could hook the fan up and it'll do it. It'll probably do a much better job. But the cost of running the fan, I don't want to do that right now. Um, but I still might cut it on a little bit later on in the week and just let it just blow across blow across the seeds and keep them strong, make the stem stronger. So I've been keeping an eye on everything, watering everything, checking temperatures of the area where the plants are, the air temperatures. Um, and I did have some, and this is just the way it is, it's just part of it. I had some things that just did not come up. They did not come up. They didn't do anything. And I looked at them and said, wonder, just made me wonder, why didn't any of these seeds come up? And I looked at the fact that I put a large number of seeds in a 4-inch pot, and none of them came up. So I know it. Well, I'm thinking that it has something to do with temperature, because when I was putting things in, some things was like, hey, it's too cold or it's too warm, and so at that point, I'm excited because I did get a lot of peppers to germinate and come up. Um, so, but there's two peppers I want to make sure. Well, one pepper in particular is called Big Jim, and then I got some bell peppers that I want to make sure that I get some bell peppers this year. That's my alarm telling me it's time to start the show, but I already did. So I guess I was a little ahead of this alarm. Yeah, because I said I'm going to try to do the show on a regular basis and at a certain time, which will be 6 o'clock. I'm gonna try it, and I think that people will get used to seeing it, and they'll look for the show, and they'll get excited when it gets near the time for the show to start. And I'll be there to give some good information out, and also have each and every one of you help each other out. Because sometimes I've seen people do that because they're like family in here. They're like family, and they try to help each other out. And I like that because one person might say, how do I plant these potatoes? And another person type out, say, use a good quality soil and use a organic fertilizer. That makes sense. I got put my heater pad under my cells to get. Okay. Nothing comes up. So now I use. I went out and finally purchased me a thermostat. Excuse me, thermostat control for my mats, because those mats can get really hot. They can get really hot, and if you don't have a thermostat, I would put a towel in between the mat and also the tray to kind of cool that temperature down, because they can get up to like 90 degrees, some of the mats. And some like peppers only require about 80, 85 degrees. But if you do that with tomatoes, they're about 75, 80. And then you got, if you're doing spinach, you can run into some problems with just that heat. Those mats get hot. And I used to think that, well, they built it for plants, so it's not going to hurt the plants. But you stick it under there and set the tray down on it, it'll cook them seeds. Let's see. I found a secret to germinating peppers for 2 years before. Okay. Not germinate. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of different reasons why they won't germinate, and they do germinate. Watch a video on germination. Plastic sandwich bags never fails. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. What if anybody want to go give it a try there? Go. I mean, definitely look into it, because I didn't have any problems this year with my peppers germinating. I mean, I did good. But like I said, I got those mats. They set for one set for 75, one set for 80. I set the peppers on 80, no problem every time. But you want to make sure that the area that you keep them in, that you pay attention to the air temperature, because once the seeds come above the ground, you immediately pull them off of the heat mat. Pull them off of there. You don't want elongated plants. You want to get them off of there. As soon as they start breaking through, get them off of there, and definitely take those seedlings and put them in an area where they can get the light. You want to put that light on them at that point. But I had a situation where I was at work, and I have I'm not sounding braggadocious, but I do a pretty good soil mix. And I did the soil mix, and the seeds I would go to work and see nothing there. But when I leave out the door, come back, and they're pushed up against the top or the lid that goes on the tray. And I said, now, where did these things come from that fast? And they did it. I mean, okra does it. The okra did it. The watermelons did it. The pumpkins did it. And they were just enjoying that temperature of that heat mat set at 80 degrees. The one that was set at 80, they enjoyed it. They popped right out, jumped up, and I said, oh my goodness. I said, look at this. This is ridiculous. I was at work and came home to the whole tray. It looks like the whole tray inside was green. And I said, oh my goodness, this was not there this morning. Most of my seeds germinated about 3 to 4 days. And most packs say about 7 days. So the packs I have for the peppers. But I got to tell you, I did good. I did really good. And it helped me out. I feel better about it, because the temperature of those mats matter. And they got those thermostat controls on a place called eBay, and I bought mine for $10. It allows you to hook 2 mats in. That's what I wanted. I didn't want one mat. You can buy them with one mat, but and you got to shop around, because they go from $10 all the way up to a couple hundred. I mean, they'll get their money for it. And don't think they say, oh well, if I go buy this really expensive one, that's a better one. Not all the time. You got to see what features it has, what kind of track record it has, things of that nature. Bam. I got my plants growing, folks. Family, I got it growing. I feel good about that. The watermelon, I know I planted them too early, because they're getting big as I don't know what already. And I want you to stay tuned to my channel, because you're going to see very crazy. I should name the video "Crazy Potatoes." In fact, that's what I think I might name it. And I'm gonna put it up this evening. It's a video on my seed potatoes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This lady gave me some potatoes to eat. And I said, I don't feel like eating any potatoes. So I said, I'm going to grow these potatoes. And so I took the potatoes and left them in a box in a real cool part of the house. And you know what happened? They grew and grew and grew. I like that. They grew and they got, well, you'll see the video. You'll see the video. And I like that because I'm going to grow big, pretty, beautiful potatoes with those potatoes. And the most important thing I'm going to focus in on is the soil mix that I'm going to put them in. And I'm thinking, what do I want this soil mix to do? I want it to stay moist. I want it to be loose. And where am I going to start these potatoes at? Am I going to put them in ground? No, don't want them in ground. I want to be able to control the soil. And I also want to be able to put them in a location where they're automatically warm. Because see, I'm going to grow my watermelons this year in bags, and you'll see that. They got some videos out on it, but I did it many years ago. I did that. Put watermelons in. Cantaloupe and watermelons in bags, and pumpkins. And the pumpkins just ran all over the yard. It was acting crazy, like they owned the whole yard. The watermelons, I got 2 melons out of one bag, 40-pound bag of just some old cheap compost and manure in a bag. And I add a couple other things to the bag though, but the cantaloupe, oh my goodness, the cantaloupe acted crazy. I mean, I took one bag, put 2 plants in there. Cantaloupe was all over the place. I left them over there. The grass grew up around them and it was cantaloupe everywhere. They were big, pretty, nice sized melons. But when you cut into them, here was the problem. I had to learn myself. They were not sweet, family. They weren't sweet. And you know what did that? Growing in a bag, and they missed a couple of, nutrients by being in that bag. So what I did the following year is I added some Epsom salt. If you ever want something sweeter in your garden, whether it be tomatoes, cantaloupe, watermelon, add a little bit of Epsom salt and it'll sweeten everything up. It'll sweeten it up, folks. It'll sweeten it up. And also you can use the Epsom salt to get rid of an old, where you cut down a stump in your yard. Just drill some holes in it, fill it full of Epsom salt, and it'll rot that log away. And you can still use the log as fertilizer once it turns into like a paper material. Once it turns into a paper material, you can use it as fertilizer. So just stay tuned, folks. I got more and more. Thanks. I'll do that. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you found something on here that would help you, because I'm out here to help people. You're like family to me, family. And I want y'all to grow some stuff this year, because I want to look around at the videos and see people talk about, I don't know how I'm going to get rid of all these corn. That's the kind of videos I want to see. I want to see videos like, well, I guess I'm going to take some of these potatoes and give them to the church because it's like 700 pounds of them back there. That's what I want to see. I know that you can start a garden and grow everything you want to grow, and you can do a really good job at it if you just be patient and watch Mother Nature, see what she's doing. Just pay attention to Mother Nature. She'll show you. She'll show you how to do it. Because and don't forget those Walmart bags, those cloth bags. They used to be like 50 cents, the blue bags. Oh my God! Put you some corn in there. Put about 4 seeds in each bag, and grow you some sweet corn. I'm gonna set all mine in a kiddie pool. In a kiddie pool, and I've seen some of the videos out there, and I like the video. I like how he did it. He passed away though, but it was a gardening person. I think his name was he was from Minnesota. I know that. Some of you know who the person I'm referring to. And I used to watch him for years on YouTube. And I can't remember his name though. God, I can't remember his name. But he was this gardener, and he did stuff that worked. And then he, and you had the other gardener. He passed. The one who said, "I guarantee," they said a Losh Pa. That's what he used to say, Losh Pa. And he was and I liked him also because great morning, gardener, and everyone in the chat. Hello, how you doing? Greetings, greetings, greetings. It's Nature 9 and family. Family and 9. 9 and family. That's the 9 people in the family there. It's media family. I was just kidding around. But I saw some of your videos. I like what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. And but I want to see each and every one of you grow more food. More food. If you got to grow it vertically, grow more food this year because it's going to be crazy this year. It got me thinking about going out and buying more seeds, but I said, nope, got enough seeds. I got enough seeds. I got more seeds I know what to do with. Cantaloupe, watermelon. I mean, that's how you do it because you're going to want some sweet watermelon this year. You just cut it in half, put it in the refrigerator, and just enjoy that sweet fruit, watermelon, the food that eats like a meal. Like a meal. I don't know what I'm saying. I just love watermelon, and I like it because the best tasting watermelon I've ever grown was from Walmart. They were 50-cent seeds. They were sugar babies. I took the watermelon, put them in the ground, and forgot they were over there. And I was headed out to karaoke, headed out to karaoke. And I went over to the garden. I said, "What the heck is this?" I saw this big round green round ball, and I looked. And I said, "Oh my God, they're watermelons." And they grew because they were in the right environment. And I guess I wasn't messing with them a lot. I just left them over there. I didn't know they was over there. And when I saw them, I said, "Oh, there's a picture of watermelon making me hungry." Great tip. Epsom salt for sweet melons. Thank you very much for putting that out there. Because that's exactly what it does. It sweetens them up. They taste like candy. Oh, in a special way. You know how to do that. But I'm just saying, I love watermelon. I love cantaloupe. And if you want them sweet, don't let them fool you. Put a little bit of Epsom salt on them. Put a little Epsom salt, like every 30 days, put it on there, and you got something. Because when you get ready to, you want them real sweet, make sure that when you go out there to pick them, like I said, I'm going to pick them Wednesday. And you go out there and you stop watering them and let them concentrate a little bit. And then you cut them. A cantaloupe will drop off of the vine. When you tug at it a little bit, it'll drop off. And that tells you it's absolutely ready. And I'm also going to get into some self-pollinating this year because I can't depend on the bees. People have done so many things to the bees to destroy them. That you just can't depend on them to be there. I got bumblebees, I got wasp, and there's a honeysuckle vine that grows on my fencing area, and it is causing the bees and the haunted, what they call them things. Can't think of them right now, but they call wasp, and they come around and they pollinate now. Don't get me wrong, but I need to take things into my own hands. Do you like those? These are Japanese gardeners. They go out there and they pollinate everything because they don't have any bees. They just do like that with a paintbrush. And when they hit everything that they want to hit, and they sure they got everything pollinated. And I got 5 cherry trees out there, and only like one of them produces. And this one this year is about 4 years old. The other one is going to produce this year. I can see it. It's got all these. It's a self-pollinating cherry tree. And I'm gonna try to cross that one with the other ones. But I want to also do a graft and graft that one of those limbs onto that tree, so that if the bees can go from that branch to the other ones and cross and pollinate itself, because you want to keep the trees within 100 feet of each other. And I know I have that, but I don't have a lot of bees around. And this year I'm putting in some flowers to help with the pollination of some of our plants. But I also am not going to trust that, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna pollinate this stuff myself. Shake it. The tomato plants. Help them suckers. You stimulate them into producing fruit. Um, get rid of some of those suckers, and so you're not growing this is big wild. You want to concentrate on those flowers on the plant so to grow what you need to grow. The corn. What's wrong with grabbing it and shaking some of them stalks and seeing that pollen fall down on those pieces of corn? Why not? Make sure you have something because I don't see on my property. I do not see family. I do not see a lot of bees. In fact, I could count how many bumblebees, excuse me, honeybees I seen last year, and I think it was probably maybe two, maybe three. That's all I saw. Want some tea? Okay. Wish I could give you some though. This is ginger tea. It's very good. And I'm gonna grow a lot of ginger this year. Why am I growing so much ginger this year? Because I went to the grocery store today and I saw ginger in the produce section. It looks pathetic. It was all dried up and it looked bad. It looked like something that is on its way out. And they had it up there for $3. That's $3.99 a pound. And some people will buy it because they feel like I have no other choice. That's all they have, and it is ginger. But me, I want to grow big mountains of ginger, massive supplies of ginger in containers. They will be grown in containers. I want ginger to load up those containers. What area you're in? Somebody asked me what area I'm in. What area I'm in? I'm in Baltimore City. I'm in the city actually, and I grow large quantities of food in the city. My whole yard. When I tell people I got 25 trees in my yard, they say, "What? What? Say that again. Wait a minute. How many trees?" They don't know, that people buy dwarf trees. I got two people that I talked into this year that I know personally. They good people, and they planted two trees. But why is it that they're only finding when they go out to these box stores is peach trees? Nothing wrong with peach trees, but put some pears in. Pears is a hardy piece of fruit that if times got rough and hard and you had to go to work and all you had was pears, you could take some off the tree and you could eat some and it'll actually fill your belly. So I digress. I just wanted to put that out there. Grow as much as you can. I have peas down. So I never grow peas. I'm rarely growing peas. And I actually kicked out some money this year for peas because I bought this. I got this clothesline. Some of you familiar with those clotheslines? They look like a big T. Well, I'm gonna wrap around the top of it a piece of chicken wire and run it all the way down to the ground. And that's what I'm gonna let the vines grow up on. And I could let them grow up on the corn, but I'm gonna grow the corn over in a kiddie pool. And so I want to do the corn in the kiddie pool. So I can get about, let's see, I can get about four. Let me get it right now. I can get about four of the stocks, four of the stocks per bag. I'm gonna put 5 bags in that kiddie pool, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's gonna be 2 types of corn. One's gonna be Silver Queen, the other's gonna be peaches and cream. And some of it gonna be put in the ground as well. I'm just putting it all over the place. I'm not playing. I swear to God, I'm not playing. I'm going to grow as much food as I know how. And I want to see everybody else do the same thing. All right, good people. This has been the Morning Gardener Show. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, family, for stopping in and seeing me and sharing information and sharing your time with me. I appreciate you. This has been the Morning Gardener Show. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And remember to keep on growing. Keep on growing.